am Haircut. Welcome to another hardware video for Zaler Avon. I just got a haircut. Sorry if my voice sounds a little gravelly. The cold is getting a little bit worse, and I'm on a time frame here. I'm borrowing this camera and tripod. Anyway, welcome back, guys. And as you can see, laid before us we have my Game Boy collection. These are all in working condition, including this one was a pain to get. The original Game Boy. I tried 3 times to get this. The first Game Boy I received had all scuzz all around here, and this screen protector part was missing. And there were actually rows of pixels out on the screen. I returned it. I ordered another one that was at a higher price range and a higher condition. And that one had even bigger rows out on the screen. Actually, that might have been the one that didn't even turn on. Anyway, third one, I think actually that one had pixels out too. Then the fourth one I got, it finally works. So hey, we got that. Of course we have the Game Boy Color. This is, I ordered the color I had when I was a kid. So when I was like 6-7 years old, I had this babysitter. I believe her name was Kristen. So long ago, unfortunately, who just straight up said, I don't use this anymore, here kid, take this, and gave me a purple, I think it's actually, no, not indigo, it's purple Game Boy Color, grape, that's the word. And they had this Rugrats game, and I got Pokemon Red for it, or they gave it to me with it, I don't remember which. And so that's fun. And then Game Boy Advance, I have the black one. Another funny story. When I was like 6 or 7, I had the indigo, or the purple, indigo Game Boy Advance. The one that matches the color on the GameCube. Not that I had a GameCube. And I believe I left it on a plane one day. And it was just gone. So I eventually got another one, a black one. This isn't the same one. That went the same place my Xbox, my original Xbox did, wherever it went. Of course, I replaced that too. I have one of those now. And then this is the Game Boy Advance SP. I remember borrowing friends during middle school to see how wonderful it was. It has a wonderful black backlight. So all of these ones are really dark screens, and they're really hard to see even in the daytime. This one has a better screen. It's kind of easier to see. But in the dark, it's useless. You know when you were a kid and you were driving late at night, or someone was driving you, and every time a street light would go by, you could see what you were doing? that was that days. This actually has a backlight, so you could see it in the dark. So that's wonderful. And if you put in an original Game Boy or a Game Boy Color cartridge, it works just fine in this and in this. You just can't put a Game Boy Advance cartridge in one of these two, obviously. So this can play all these two just can only play the big cartridges, just if you don't know how that works. I'm sure most of you do. We have the charger for the Game Boy SP, because these 3 run on batteries. This one, obviously, you charge it. And then I have a case for the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, and the Game Boy SP. You see wonderful compartments here. This one has a compartment for the console and for the games. And I have batteries back here and another little opening there. This one is similar to that one, not very much different. I have not found a case perfect to fit this. I ordered another one of these to realize, oh stupid, it's too wide to fit in this slot. So I've been thinking of trying to look for another case, but I haven't really seen a traveling case meant for that big brick, so who knows. And then of course we have the connector cables, cables that go between Game Boys so that you could trade Pokemon, for instance. That's the main reason I would use it. If you look at this, you have it connected up here. Bam! And so if I could trade myself Pokemon between Red and Blue, that's probably how I'm going to complete my Pokedex, which I'm actually actively doing with Pokemon Red. But that's fun. Right now, I've done everything but the Elite Four, and now I'm just trying to get the coins in Saladin City in that gambling place. It's kind of annoying, but let's move on to other greater things. I have 2 original Game Boy cartridges here. One's Chess Master. I actually used to have the CD for this on PC when I was a kid. Haven't really broken into this yet. It's interesting. And Tetris Classic, of course. And then for the Game Boy Color, I have what better cartridges to have? Red, blue, and yellow for Pokemon. I've only ever played Pokemon Red and Pokemon Fire Red. I've played a Gen 3 game, other than Fire Red, of course, for like, a couple weeks, but then never finished it. So basically, most of my experience is in Kanto. I haven't even broken into yellow yet. I should one day, though. I hear it's really fantastic. Then for the Game Boy Advance cartridges, we have 5 of them here. My favorite, personally, Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2. It's the Game Boy version, the Game Boy port. I was trying to think of that word back in the Nintendo 64 video. It's the Game Boy port of that Super Nintendo game. I think it was just Super Mario World. And, you run around, you open up worlds. It's fantastic, a fantastic game. We have Rayman 3. This is nothing like the Xbox version. The Xbox version is very different in the way you score, the way you complete things. This is classic, like collecting lungs, power-ups in the bosses are similar to basically how Rayman 2 worked. This I think of it as a cross between Rayman 2 and 3 and on the Game Boy. And I'm noticing that the previous owner's name is on the back of the cartridge. I'm going to take care of that later. Wipe that off because I bought it used. And this is Crash Bandicoot, The Huge Adventure. The Crash Bandicoot game that people probably keep forgetting exists, other than the other 4, because it was on the Game Boy. It's pretty fun. It's basically a mixture of Crash Bandicoot 2 and Crash Bandicoot 3. It does have the time trials, and it has basically the bosses from Crash Bandicoot 3. Really fun game. I highly recommend. The time trials can be annoying, but of course, when aren't they? And in Mario Kart Super Circuit, this Mario Kart game is really hard to get triple star rankings on. The rankings are, I don't even know if anyone knows how they work. I've tried looking them up before, and people were giving me different answers for different things. I'll keep that aside for now. Oh, by the way, I have a little protective case for Game Boy cartridges. And then, obviously, we have Pokemon Fire Red version. This is the Gen 3 port for the original Pokemon Red. They changed things. They gave Charmander. They let Charmander learn Steel Claw, I think it was, which can beat the rock gym you come to at the very beginning of the game. So it's easier to get through the beginning of the game with a fire starter now, especially if you're doing a Nuzlocke. Although I do like trying the Nuzlocke with the harder setup where there is no steel type move for Charmander to learn, because obviously steel cuts through rock very well. So yeah, that's a fun set. And now that I've shown you I think this is enough for one video. I'm going to record though my DS collection. I'm going to do a video for that, and after that I will have recorded all my hardware so far. It's a little humbler than I imagined when I thought about doing this. I always imagined I have such a huge library, and really it's not that huge at all. I mean, I've basically been collecting these just since high school. I was left with nothing after, I left middle school. I had no hardware. Now, I'm building it up, so it's the Zaler Avon way. Start with nothing, build to everything. That's why I'm starting with 38 subscribers. I'm going to build up to 10,000 by the time the second year's over, right? Definitely is what's going to happen. Anyway, see you guys next time. I am not tired out of my head. I am not totally exhausted. I don't know what you're talking about. Have a good night. If it's night, I don't know when you watch these things. Oh wait, you don't watch these things. Never mind.